Hello, welcome back to another little video. So I've got a nice little accordion today that I'm going to be having a look at. I'll just show you what it looks like. There we go. So what I've got here is a little Galanti 32 bass. So it's very compact indeed. It's just really nice little thing. It looks really nice colour. It's Galanti is an Italian make, and it's a nice quality make. I've had some Galantis before, and they play really nice, and they're well made little. Well, the one I had before was 120 bass, and it's a really well made accordion. And only reason I sold it was just a bit too heavy. But this has got 32 bass, and I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do with this one. So the first thing, as always, is to give it a little blast just to get a real good feel for what's going on. So let me just bring it down a touch. There we are. So just give this a little play, and then I can talk about what needs to be done. So let's have a look. First thing, then I put it on, and I'm going to just test the compression. So I just not playing any keys, just going to pull it very gently apart, and the compression, it's okay. It's not perfect, it's not bad. There's some resistance there, so I think that could be improved, but not terrible, so I don't think it's going to be a disaster. Now the noise it makes, the sound it makes, that's actually really nice. So it's a nice sound, which is great. It sounds perfect, well, nearly perfect. So what needs to be done? Well, let's show you. The bellows have been fixed and tried to be fixed, so the front actually doesn't look too bad, but it's when you get round to the back you realise that there's a little bit of jiggery pokery's gone on. So quite a few, about 5 of the corners haven't got any bellows corners on them, and there's a few other ones that are just covered in yellow electrical tape. Maybe the bellows corners were coming loose. So let me see if I can just get a better view and you can just see exactly what I'm talking about. Give me a sec. Okay, let's see if that makes it a bit clearer. So if I just come around like this, there we are. So that one's covered in electrical tape, and then few here haven't got any corners on. So the ones without corners on need to be fixed, and the electrical tape needs to come off. So I think the first thing to do is to take it apart, take the bellows off, and then we can really look into that. So let me just change the angle one. Okay, so the first thing then is to get the bellows off before I can start really assessing how to get them fixed. So interestingly, wait a minute. Okay, there's 2 screws. That's interesting. 2 screws holding on the treble side. Can't see anything holding on the bass side. I think I've seen this before, and I think what's happening here is that the bass side is just fixed to the bellows, and you just access everything from the top. That's what I think, which is going to be a little bit more tricky, but let's have a look. So let's get these screws out first on this treble side. So just 4 screws. You kind of see why they might do it, is that if you have one side sealed, it actually just reduces any risk of leaking of air, because you can just seal it all up completely. So just put these in a safe place. This is one of the best bits about getting an accordion, is having a look inside, because you have no idea what it's going to look like. It's quite interesting to see what condition it's in, but because it played so well, I'm not expecting to see anything nasty or out of the ordinary, because otherwise it wouldn't have played so very nicely. So that's good. Yeah, so this is, I think it's going to be a little charming little accordion, this one. Well, it is already. Let's see if we can get it even more charming. Might be a keeper. Who knows? I do like the sound. It sounds really nice. It's got that kind of Italian kind of sound, which is great. Right. Okay, so that's that. Make sure the bellows straps are undone. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, right, okay. Oh, there we go. I thought might be someone glued the top on. Yep, so that's the bass side. Can't see any way into it, so I think it may be just the case of getting the bass reeds out from this side. That's alright. Let's have a look at the treble side. Whoa, that looks nice. So it all looks in nice shape, maybe just a little bit dusty, but all looking pretty good. So that's okay. So I'm going to put this carefully to one side. Don't need that at the moment. I'll just put that carefully down. Now, because we've got the these bellows are fixed in here, I think what I might do is take the bass reeds out. Or shall I? Maybe I'll just leave them there. I don't think they're going to come to any harm. Right, okay, so let's have a little look then at the problems. So, first thing I'm going to do is take off the yellow tape, because that's looks like the worst thing to be tackling. So, let's have a look at this and what's underneath this yellow. Oh, hello. So I think this yellow tape was put on just to keep the, yeah, you can see there, it's just because you've got some damage to the bellows tape here, and I think it was just to make sure that that didn't get worse and that the corner wouldn't fall off. So that's what's happened there. Alright, well that's okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'll just take off all the yellow tape and I'll show you what it looks like. Right, so it's apparent that the yellow electrical tape was really to stop some of the bellows corners falling off, because the bellows tape was in very poor shape. Now, I was thinking of fixing it by replacing the bellows corners and just some little patches on the bellows tape, but actually, because the bellows tape is pretty tired in a lot of places. What I'm going to do on this one, because it's a decent little accordion, I'm going to replace all the bellows tape, just do a whole new lot. So I've ordered some silver bellows tape, and when that arrives I'm going to retape the whole set of bellows, which will be nice. Now the other thing I've done is I've found some bellows corners that will work now on fixing the ones that are missing. So you can obviously buy them, but what I have here is on an accordion that I did recently where I had to replace the bellows. This is one, the Weltmaster Pearl, where the bellows were just leaking and covered in tape. But I replaced the bellows. Hello Bilbo, it's my cat. Hello Bilbo, where are you? Come on then. Come on up. Come on. Bilbo, up. There he is. So this is my cat Bilbo. Hey Bilbo. There you go. So this is the bellows that I replaced with a new set of bellows, but I've kept them because it's always good to keep stuff. And I've taken some of the corners off, as you can see. It's a bit of a job getting them off. And if I can just get round my cat, hello, in the way a bit. Just move your tail. Move your tail. You're getting right in. You're getting right in the way. Look, you're right in the way. Anyway, I'll leave him there for a sec. So, this is one of the corners that fell off. Oh, he's got tagged now. This is one of the corners that fell off, and this is one that I've taken off the Weltmaster Pearl bellows that I had, and they are pretty much identical. And the good thing is that these bellows weren't that old, they were just badly made, these Weltmaster ones. So the bellows corners are really nice and shiny. So I'm going to use those as my new bellows corners, if you like. Saves having to buy them. So it's always good to keep stuff that you've rather than chucking it away. So I've ordered the bellows tape. So that's going to be coming in I don't know, a few days probably. So the next step then is to start taking off all of this old bellows tape. Now this is just a little bit of a job, and what you have to do is get yourself a nice sharp blade. I just use like a craft knife like this, and it's just a painstaking job really, but you just got to try to get it started, and then just to start to lift it. Actually that's coming off alright really, and go all the way around taking off all the bellows tape. So it's a bit of a job, but it's worth it once you've got them retaped, because it does look absolutely amazing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take off all this bellows tape. Take me ages and ages and ages, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Right, that was a bit of a mucky job. And there we are. So now it looks different, and it will. So you've got quite a lot of cardboard on show, which is what the bellows are made of. So I'm just going to clear off all the little strands, and I'll go around and do that. But the next step is to check all the corners and fit some new corners. So I'll put these over here, and also just to check that the ones that are on are actually secure, because we don't want any loose ones. So first thing is I'm going to check all the ones that are on at the moment. Oh gosh, and actually I'm going to secure. Oh, there's quite a few that are loose. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue these loose ones back on to start with. So to do that I need some super glue. So I'll just show you how I do one of them. So maybe if I can zoom in a little bit. Let's have a look. That's pretty good. Sorry about my camera work here. That's it. Yeah, that's pretty good. So let's find a loose one. I think they're all loose. Oh no, there we are. There we go. So we've got a loose corner here. So I'm going to get my pliers ready. Which ones should I use? Got orange pliers, so just that would be quite good. So I'm going to get my super glue, and I'm going to put the super glue. Just give it a little check inside. Put the super glue inside the corner. Like so. And find the corner it came off, make sure it's the right one. Put that back on, and I'm just going to get a little bit of a squeeze. Like that. And just let that dry now, so that should be, once that's dried, that should be nice and secure. So that's how I'm just going to go and check. There's one again. There's a lot of these. Right, so I'll show you again. There's a corner. Drop some super glue into the corner. Pop it on. Push it on firmly, like so, and then just a little squeeze with these little pliers, and we'll let that dry. They're all loose. Wait a minute. Right, it's going to be a long old job this. Right, so I won't keep filming this, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to secure all of the corners before I do anything else, then, and I'll start putting on the new ones I've put as well. So let me just secure the ones that are already. Right, okie dokie. So I've now glued on and secured. Well, I've checked all the corners that are still on, and the ones that are loose, I've crimped and glued them on. Now the next thing before I put the other corners on is two corners here and here, where there's a big hole in that one and a little holes in that one. So before I do anything else, I'm just going to put some super glue into there and clamp those. Because although the corner will fit over it and kind of stop some of that air getting out, I want to fix it properly first. So I'm going to put some glue into those corners which have got ooze, and then just clamp that. Clamp that together. And the same thing. That one. There we go. Brilliant. So I'm going to leave those just to dry for a few minutes, and then the next step is to put these corners that I've taken off the Weltmeister bellows, and I'm going to fix those on, so just make sure those are clear of any bits of card or anything from the old. Just going to clean up. So I'll just come back in a few minutes when those corners have just dried a little bit, and I'll put the rest of these corners. Okay, last little step now before I finish this little video. So in this video I'm going to preparing the bellows by fixing the bellows corners and any little holes in the corners, replacing some bellows corners. I've ordered the tape, and so in the next video I'll just show you how I retape the bellows. So just going to replace some of these bellows corners which are missing. So here we go. This is my chance to try out my scavenged, if that's the right word, bellows corners from that Weltmeister. So let's see how these go on. I'm sure they're going to go on fine. Says, my fingers are sticking together with super glue. Right, that didn't go on. Oh, didn't go on quite so well. I think what I got to do is just open up this corner just a little, because it wasn't quite sitting snugly over. It wasn't going over the corner, so I've just opened it up. Think about super glue that gets split on everywhere. Right, let's try that again. A bit of pushing it. Slight difficulty. It's not quite going on as I'd like it. So what I'm going to do, I just need to open up the corner a little bit more. Let me just open up a bit with my screwdriver and I'll show you. It's just not fitting on. Right, I had to do a little bit of manipulating of the corner just to get it to fit. But now it seems to be fitting nicely. I'm just going to squeeze that one on, give it a little crimp. Oopsie! Everything's been falling on a minute. Hey, where's that gone? Just dropped me pliers. Right, wait a minute. Just got sorry about that. Pliers fell into my accordion. So I'm just going to push that corner fully on. Give it a little crimp. That should be fine. So now I'm just going to stick on the other corners, and I'll show you that when I've got them all done. Right, so I'm happy with my progress. I've secured all of the bellows corners. So the ones that were loose have been glued, crimped back on. The ones that are missing have been replaced, and they're all seem to be following the nice shape, so they will look neat once the bellows tape's on. So although it looks a bit ugly now, and some of the bellows corners are a little bit longer than others, that doesn't matter, because that will get covered up when the bellows tape goes on. So I think I'll leave this one here. So first step of getting this Galanti 32 base all up and running. So I'll wait for the bellows tape to arrive, and then I'll show you how I get these bellows nicely taped up. Okay, thanks for watching.